Hello and welcome to another Box video demonstration. I'm Dan Flesick. This will be a quick video demonstration of the colorful quartz activity from the Geology Box kit. Quartz is a very interesting mineral because it comes in all sorts of different varieties and colors, and we'll take a look at a few of those today. Even though every one of these mineral samples is made of the same stuff, they actually look pretty different. Let's go over each of them and find out why. This activity is very simple. We're basically just going to compare and contrast some of the different varieties of quartz so you can get an idea of what they look like and why. The activity box comes with several little burlap bags that each have 6 crystals inside of them. Each bag contains one of each type of crystal, as you can see here. Your job is simply to make observations of each crystal and record what you see. This can include things like crystal shape, color, clarity, whether it's smooth or pointy, or anything else you can think of. You can also draw pictures of your crystals, and since color is so important here, I definitely recommend using colored pencils if you have them. While you do that, let me go over each type of crystal and give you a few interesting facts about them. Here's a few examples of the first type, which is called rock quartz, or clear quartz. All quartz is made of silicon dioxide, and the chemical formula for that is SiO2. And rock quartz is absolutely pure. There's only silicon dioxide molecules in these crystals and nothing else. Silicon dioxide is actually found all over the place. It's the main component in both glass and beach sand. Another more common type of rock quartz is called milky quartz. Here's a really nice piece that I dug up a while back. This variety is also pure silicon dioxide, but it's filled with tiny little pockets of gas or liquid, which makes it white instead of clear. Rock quartz has historically been used to make really fancy carved bowls or ornaments, and in modern times, quartz crystals are actually used in electronic devices like watches and radios, because they have this property called piezoelectricity, where they produce an electric charge when they're squeezed. Next, we have the purple variety of quartz called amethyst. This crystal is still almost entirely silicon dioxide, so it is still quartz, but there's tiny amounts of impurities that give it its beautiful purple color. In this case, this color is caused by the ferrous ion, which is Fe3+. This basically means that there's little iron atoms scattered throughout this crystal, and that causes it to become purple. Amethyst is very common worldwide, and it finds wide use in jewelry especially. It's actually February's birthstone. Some of the best quality pieces with the deepest color, though, are mined in Brazil. Next, we have citrine, the orange variety of quartz. The impurity that gives it this color is also iron, but it's called ferric iron, which is Fe2+, so it's a different form of iron. What's really interesting about this one is that natural citrine is actually pretty rare, but it can be created from amethyst. You might notice that both of their impurities are versions of iron, and you can actually convert the other one, ferrous iron, into this one, ferric iron. And that's done through a heat treatment process. So you just heat up amethyst to a certain temperature, and it will change colors into citrine. So a lot of the citrine that you see really used to be amethyst. So I think that's pretty cool. This next one is a bit more rare, so you might not have heard of it. It's called prasiolite. This is the green variety of quartz. This green color is actually caused by a mix of both of the two impurities that we just talked about, both the ferrous and the ferric impurities. This green one can also be created from amethyst. While most amethysts will turn yellow or orange when they're heat treated, which turns them into citrine, some of them will turn green and become prasiolite. Because this mineral is pretty rare, just about all of the green quartz on the market today is made from amethyst. So it's very likely that all of these pieces used to be amethyst as well. There are a few locations around the world that do produce natural prasiolite, but since about 1950, almost all of it comes from one small mine in Brazil. Here's a variety with a beautiful pink color, and it's called rose quartz. This is another pretty common mineral that can be found all over the world, and it's been used throughout history to make beautiful decorative objects and jewelry. The color in this variety is caused by titanium or manganese impurities inside the crystal. Rose quartz is very interesting because unlike the other types of quartz that we have, this one will never form nice crystals. The first couple varieties, they have points This type will never form points, and it's not really known why. There is actually a pink variety of quartz that does form crystals, but it's considered to be a different variety because the cause of its color and the way that it forms is different. So if you see a pink quartz that has a point, it's probably that other variety and not actual rose quartz. Or someone has cut it into the shape of a point artificially. Finally, we have my favorite of these 6, smoky quartz. I just love this deep, dark color that these crystals show. Back in ancient history, smoky quartz was cut into flat panels and was used to make some of the world's very first sunglasses. It's also interesting because the color is not caused by impurities like the rest of the varieties we've talked about. With smoky quartz, the color actually comes from radiation. Natural radiation in the ground, like if the crystals formed near something radioactive like uranium ore, it actually knocks loose some silicon atoms within the quartz crystal. So quartz, as I said, is made of silicon dioxide, so the silicon is bound to a couple oxygens, but the radiation can knock these silicons loose, so they're just free inside the crystal. And that creates something called a color center in the crystal, which causes it to be a deep, dark color. So these crystals aren't radioactive themselves, but they were near something else radioactive in the past, and that's pretty neat. Here's a really nice sample of smoky quartz from my own collection that I wanted to show you because it's got that nice point that the other crystals have. And since we're on a black background here, let me shine a flashlight in here so you can see the color. So I just love that color. I think it's beautiful. So that's a general overview of these 6 varieties of quartz. There's actually tons more versions of quartz, and they occur all over the place. So see if you can research some more types and maybe even find some near where you live. Remember to always make observations. That's the first step in discovering new things. I hope you enjoyed this video and this activity, and thanks a lot for watching.